Ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 nights away until the Full Gear pay-per-view, and things are looking to be really damn good on Saturday night. This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with the AEW Dynamite review on Wednesday, November 4th, 2020. We are in my kitchen tonight. We are in my kitchen reviewing Dynamite, so I got you guys a new setting here tonight. I thought this episode of Dynamite was fantastic. I really thought this was a damn good show from AEW tonight. Much better than the all-out go-home show they had 2 months ago. And two of the reasons why I think this show was so damn good tonight was because of the storytelling between the 3 feuds, the top some of the big feuds. The storytelling was really damn good tonight. The action, the in-ring action was great. And this 2 hours tonight, more importantly, these 2 hours tonight made me forget everything that's been going on in America these past 24 plus hours. I'm not going to get into it, okay? I'm not going to get into politics here on the channel. So if you want to go listen to someone else on YouTube talk about politics, go find someone else. You did not find the right place here. You're here to listen to me talk about AEW and Dynamite tonight and Full Gear on Saturday. So that's exactly what we are going to do. If you guys have not already, make sure you check out my Monday Night Raw review from this past Monday, if you have not already. But let's get in with the show. It started off with a backstage promo with Alex Marvez. Chris Jericho was there with Santana and Jake Hager. Jericho was putting over Jake Hager's Bellator win last week. He had a big scratch under his eye and above his head, so he put him over. Then MJF walked up to him and he had a few words, and he said, and Jericho said, I see something's missing. Something is missing here. And he called MJF soft. That's very important. Jericho called MJF soft. And I think that will come in, that's definitely going to come into play on Saturday. It did come into play tonight after the match. We will get to that after the match. But the first match tonight was MJF and Wardlow versus Sammy Guevara and Ortiz. This was a very good match to open up the show. Sammy Guevara was on fire in this performance. He was the big standout guy in this match. He was on fire for about 2 minutes. Towards the end of the match, he did a flip over the ropes, and there was a guy sitting there in a mask who gave him the finger, who threw a steel chair at him, just like Sammy Guevara did a couple months ago. That man was Matt Hardy to build for their Elite Deletion match at Full Gear. So Matt Hardy took out Sammy Guevara, and then at the end, MJF put the salt of the earth in on Ortiz, and Ortiz ended up tapping out to MJF in this match. So MJF and Wardlow, they did get the victory. After this is where MJF doesn't go soft. MJF tackles Chris Jericho through the curtain behind the commentary table, where Jericho was on commentary all night. I did not take any notes from Jericho on commentary, but he was entertaining as hell, as he always is on commentary. So that's all I'm going to say about that. MJF, so he speared Jericho through the curtain. Then he got pulled back by the officials, and you see Jericho, he's smiling. Jericho was smiling. I loved that little piece of storytelling right here. It's like, okay, this kid's kind of bringing out his dark side. Like, he really does want this. I love that. I love that little piece of information right there. And it makes me wonder if that's going to come into play on Saturday. Because I'm telling you guys right now, I would say behind Moxley and Eddie Kingston, this is the match I'm looking forward to the most on Saturday night. It's MJF and Chris Jericho. So I am very looking forward to it. That closing sequence was picture perfect. Then we got Trent of the Best Friends versus the Best Man, Miro. This match went about 12 minutes, 12 to 13 minutes. It was good. It was a pretty good match. Chuck Taylor and Kip Sabian took each other out pretty early. Orange Cassidy was in the match. He was outside along with Penelope Ford. They did a spot during the picture-in-picture commercial break, which I have not been a fan of AEW doing big spots during the picture-in-picture because you're not hearing what's going on. You guys might not agree with me, but that's my point of view on the situation. But you got Orange Cassidy on the outside. Penelope Ford slaps Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy does the whole hands in the pockets. He gets attacked by the entire Dark Order. So that's a pretty big point in the match with Orange Cassidy getting attacked by the Dark Order. I don't know why they would put that on commercial break and not on the, like, you can hear commentary and all that stuff. But Cassidy got taken out by the Dark Order. So it's Miro and Trent one-on-one at the end of it. Trent was on the top rope. He slipped. I don't know if he slipped on purpose or by accident. I want to say it was by accident because it set up right to the finish where Trent slipped. He got super kicked by Miro, and then Miro locked in, game over, and Trent had to tap out, and then Chuck and Kip, they continued to brawl out to the ring. They were brawling in the ring. They went to the outside. Miro got on the microphone. He said, "That's what happens. I told you exactly what I was going to do." And then Orange Cassidy gets on the top rope, and he jumps right on Kip and Miro. So this thing is not over yet between these two teams. I see this ending in a tag team match. This match was pretty good. I think the tag team match is going to be really good. But I'm starting to think, I'm starting to think, like, why are these teams feuding? Like, what are they fighting over? I say that a lot in the WWE, but I don't know what these teams are fighting over, or these individuals, what are they fighting over? I don't know what the Best Friends, Kip and Miro, are fighting over. Are they fighting over the fact that Trent accidentally, fell or got speared into the video game? It's kind of lame, if you ask me. So, that's a pretty good match. We move on to a promo by Team Taz. Team Taz comes out to the ring next. They get right to the point. Taz gets right to it. I love this segment. This was excellent. Excellent stuff by Taz, and it has me intrigued by what they're going to do on Saturday. So Taz comes out. He says, "I had to wait outside of Tony Khan's office for not 1, not 2, but 3 hours. There's a production guy who says TK is not available to talk now. He's a little busy." So Taz chuckled, and he said Tony Khan left him no choice but to get a microphone tonight and talk about what's really going on. Brian Cage is 10-1. That loss to Moxley back at Fight for the Fallen, he said, didn't count. So Cage is 10-1, and he is number 1 ranked in the ranking system in AEW. Ricky Starks has won 10 out of the last 11 matches he has participated in, and he's not even in the ranking system himself. So Taz starts questioning the rankings, and he starts questioning why neither of his FTW members have a match at Full Gear on Saturday. So they we don't have a match on Saturday, but we will make our presence felt. FTW will be at Full Gear on Saturday. So that makes me very intrigued by what these guys are going to do. More than likely, they probably will get involved in the TNT Championship match somehow. If it's after the match or in the match, where Ricky Starks distracts Darby Allin and something happens. I don't know, but it's got me intrigued by what FTW is going to be doing on Saturday night. This was very simple, right to the point. A simple 4-minute segment made me care about what these guys are doing on Saturday. That's how promos and segments like this should be worked. It's simple. Make it simple. These guys made it simple, and now I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by what's going to happen on Saturday with FTW. Then we get a tag team match between the Young Bucks and Private Party. I never get tired of these teams facing each other, man. You go back to last year, week 2 of Dynamite, Private Party knocking off the Young Bucks in that tag team title tournament. That is a moment we still remember. Us AEW fans still remember. And by far, Private Party's biggest victory in their careers. But I never get tired of seeing these two teams face each other. It's like saying the sky's blue. The sky is blue. And it's the same thing as like saying the Young Bucks and Private Party can't... Hold on, my bad, guys. The Young Bucks and Private Party can't put on a bad match against each other. So, this match was awesome. This was a awesome tag team match. High flying. Very good. What did you expect out of a Young Bucks Private Party match? And I really like the story they told in this match. And it was especially after this match with Matt Jackson being all, he's selling his knee, he's selling his lower back. Matt Jackson's banged up. And the story of this match was, is it worth it for the Young Bucks to take this match against Private Party 3 days before Full Gear? That was the story of this match. So this was a good story that the Young Bucks told against Private Party. They did get the win with the BTE trigger. I think it was on Mark Quinn. But they did the roll-up Private Party that caught the Young Bucks, that they pinned the Young Bucks with last year. And that did not fool the Young Bucks this time. They kicked out at 2. And Young Bucks hit the BTE trigger. Then after the match, FTR attacks the Young Bucks. They attack the Young Bucks. They're going right after Matt Jackson's left knee. They get the steel chair that Tully Blanchard has. Cash is making Nick look at his brother being in pain with the chair wrapped around his ankle, while Dax is about to step on it. But the Young Bucks get saved by Adam Page. Yes, Adam Page saves the Young Bucks. And then Kenny Omega comes out right after. So, that's very good storytelling, man. Like I said, we had a lot of good storytelling tonight on this show. This was one of them. This was probably the best story told in this entire show, where the Young Bucks They kicked out Adam Page of the Elite. They kicked him out. Adam Page was there for the Young Bucks first. Kenny Omega got there a few seconds later. Does this new attitude of Kenny Omega, not care about the Young Bucks? And Adam Page still does. I don't know, man. It's very good. It's very good. Something could happen on Saturday with the Bucks, Page, Omega. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm interested, man. I'm telling you, I'm very interested. Then we got the face-to-face with Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. This was the best thing on the show tonight. No question. No question. This was the best thing on the show tonight. This was as perfect of a segment as you can get. Picture perfect. So you got the face-to-face. You got Kingston on the microphone. He's saying, "Here we are, John. Here we are. 3 days away. We're about to go to war together for this championship. This is why I told my mother not to get a granddaughter and to save money, because of this championship right here that you had. I'm sorry that I had to act the way I am, but that's the person who I am now." Moxley then gets the microphone and he says, "You gotta look out for the people you have in life as friends." Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley were friends, but Moxley knows now loyalty is a bitch. And he even brings up Eddie Kingston's mother's name, Ruthie, I think the mother's name is. Kingston gets pissed off that Moxley said his mother's name, and he got this visual where they can't make contact together. And you got Kingston looking at the hard cam, and you got Moxley talking behind his back up to his neck. Like basically in front of his face, but behind him. And Eddie Kingston wasn't supposed to touch him, because if he touched Moxley, the match was called off. Now, we all knew that these two guys were not going to touch each other, because they're not going to call the match off. So, Eddie Kingston, he wanted to punch Moxley. He wanted to punch Moxley so bad, but he didn't, because he knew the match would be called off on Saturday night. But he didn't. He said, final words from Kingston was, "On Saturday, me and you are going to go to war, and you're going to have to kill me, John, to make me quit on Saturday." Picture perfect. I'm so invested in this match. I'm so ready for this match. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to do. I'm so freaking ready for Moxley, Eddie Kingston. It's going to be intense. It's going to be physical. And it's going to be a very, very emotional match, I think. I'm so ready for Moxley and Eddie Kingston on Saturday. It's Eddie Kingston's time, man. I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. Most of you guys who listen to my AEW Dynamite reviews, you guys know. I think this is Eddie Kingston's time. I think on Saturday, this might be a spoiler for my predictions video tomorrow, which I'll get to at the end of this review, but this is Eddie Kingston's time. Eddie Kingston's time, it's on Saturday night. He's winning that world championship that he deserves. Eddie Kingston does deserve that world championship, in my opinion. Even if it's a transitional champion, he deserves to become the world champion. So I'm very much looking forward to Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Probably the match I'm looking forward to the most on the entire card Saturday night. Then we get to Pac. Pac. He was advertised to break his silence. He said, 7 months. 7 months. He has been isolated 7 months he has been away. This was a video package from his home, I'm guessing. And I'm guessing that, hopefully Pat comes back soon. Because I miss the guy. I really do miss the guy as much as the IWC does. So I hope he comes back. He gets paired up with Pentagon and Ray Phoenix. So we get Nyla Rose versus Red Velvet. This was 4 minutes. Nyla squashed Red Velvet after Vicky Guerrero gets on the microphone. She's talking to Shida. And then at the end of this, Nyla Rose and Shida, they start brawling. And that's kind of their last sell before the Women's Championship match on Saturday night. These two women, Nyla Rose and Hikaru Shida, could have a really good match. They could have a really good match for the Women's Championship on Saturday night. They did it at Double or Nothing. But at the end of the day, AEW has not done a good job on making me care about this match enough. I feel like there's something in me that I just do not care about this match on Saturday. There's no build. There's barely been build to this match. If anything, I think you were building up something in Big Swole. I think you could have done Nyla and Shida at the anniversary show, and you should have done Big Swole at the pay-per-view and built her up. So Nyla and Shida are going at it on Saturday. It should be good, but at the end of the day, I can't find anything to make me care about the match. So we run down the Full Gear card. You guys know the card. Mostly we're getting Kenny Omega versus Adam Page, Orange Cassidy versus John Silver, Serena Deeb versus Allison Kay for the NWA Women's World Championship on the buy-in, which is a big match. We all know that Serena Deeb is very good. Allison Kay just became a free agent. If AEW can somehow pick up Allison Kay and add her to the roster, I think they need Allison Kay. I'm sorry. I'm hearing rumors that Impact is trying to sign her back, but Impact already has a good women's division. AEW would benefit more from using Allison Kay than Impact Wrestling would. So that's a big match on Saturday at the buy-in to see Allison Kay versus Serena Deeb for the NWA Women's World Championship. So we're getting that. Chris Jericho, MJF, Cody, Darby Allin, Shida, and Nyla Rose, FTR, and the Young Bucks, Jon Moxley, and Eddie Kingston, and Sammy Guevara, and Matt Hardy. Main event of the show was Cody and the Gun Club, Billy and Austin Gunn versus the Dark Order's 10, Colt Cabana, and John Silver. This was good. It was solid. Solid 6-man tag. Not really much I could say about this. Just a solid 6-man tag. It was fine for what it was. Austin Gunn got the pin at the end with 10. He pinned 10. Then the Dark Order came surrounding the ring. John Silver had a chair in his hands, which was yanked away by Orange Cassidy. And Cassidy gave him a Falcon Punch. And then the Dark Order carried away John Silver. Then after, Cody got on the microphone and he said, there's one man that was in favor of Darby Allin in AEW, it was me. You've said that TNT doesn't want you as their champion, but you're wrong. They do want you as your champion. without these circumstances right now, Darby, I would want you as the TNT champion. You want to be the ace of this company. You want to be the ace of this company. But that's a problem with me, because I'm the ace. And Cody then gets on the top turnbuckle as Darby is in the upper level of Daly's place. And we close the show with Cody holding up the TNT championship. Should be a great match on Saturday with Cody and Darby Allin. We've seen matches between them in the past. They have been great. Their Fyter Fest match at 2019 was unbelievable. I still remember that match and the way it went down. And this match on Saturday, it's going to be big for the TNT Championship. So that was the way Dynamite ran off the air. And at the end of the night, I thought this was a fantastic edition of AEW Dynamite. And I'm so excited for Full Gear on Saturday. It's going to be such a great night of professional wrestling. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into tonight's AEW Dynamite review. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, man. Please subscribe to the channel. We are going to do AEW Full Gear preview and predictions tomorrow with Gamer's Goon, aka Austin. He was in the he did an NXT review with me back in August. He is making his return to my house tomorrow for the Full Gear preview and predictions. We plan on doing it around 4 o'clock Eastern time, so I should be getting it up for you guys around 5:15, 5:30 for you guys tomorrow, so be on the checkout for that. Comment down below. I want to know what your thoughts are on tonight's AEW Dynamite. I want to know what you thought. Did you think it was a good show? Did you think it was a great show? Did you not like it that much? Let me know. I want to know your thoughts down in the comments. Hit that like button if you like what I had to say about tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. And then follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. And I will see you guys tomorrow for your AEW Full Gear preview and predictions with Gamer's Goon. It's going to be a good one, guys. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Have a good night and stay safe.